Disclaimer: these builds are made entirely for accuracy and fun. Copy them at your own risk. Thank you. Enjoy the video. What's going on, my homie fam dogs, home slice, fam slices, whatever I'm gonna call you guys. And today we are finally here with NBA 2K26. Yes. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna stream yesterday, by the way. I'm now going to be streaming on kick.com, so go follow me at kick.com/real_cringe_lord. Yeah, the reason why is Kick doesn't have ads, and I think that's just a better viewing experience, and I think that's just better for y'all. I will still occasionally stream on YouTube as well. Don't get it twisted, I'll be streaming probably later today, actually, so make sure you tune in. We're finally here. Welcome to this series. This is the most accurate build series. I like making builds, right? But I'm also poor, so not really, obviously. But I don't have the money to be pouring into these builds necessarily, but I do like trying to get shades of and trying to replicate NBA players or NBA legends with my build videos. And so this build series is dedicated to trying to accurately display those builds in the builder rather than say, try to make them competitive, if that makes sense. Make these builds at your own discretion. By the way, you probably saw the disclaimer at the start of the video. Now, you can actually do well with these builds. I'm not gonna lie, you probably can. It's just the fact that I wouldn't necessarily, they're not super duper optimized for online like PvP. They're more so just made in the thought process of this is how this player played. And today, my first build, my favorite player and my GOAT, Michael Jordan, his airness. So let's get into it. Enough talking, enough yapping. Let's get into it. So you're gonna want to make a shooting guard at 6'6". Wayne, oh no. Oh, I just messed it up so bad. So you want to make a guard at 6'6", 195. This was Michael Jordan's actual weight and height, and make him a 6'11" wingspan. Once we get into the builder, as you can see, I already have the build finished. Let me know if y'all want to have the build displayed on the screen like this at the start, or if you would rather me build it through the video with you guys. Another thing to take in mind, I will be occasionally making builds with, I know I said it wasn't necessarily for competitive or whatever, but I will be taking 6 cap breakers into consideration, because 6 cap breakers are actually really easy to get. You get like 4 from the crew, 1 for the level pass, that's 5 already, and then you get another one from, I don't even remember, I think lifetime challenges or something, but I'm not even sure if that's the one I was thinking about. But you get 6 pretty easily, basically. So some of my builds will be taking 6 cap breakers into consideration. This one will. Anyways, a lot of yapping. 76 close shot, could have made it 84, could have gone a little bit higher on it if we're going based off of what 2K tells us and actual Jordan. However, it is really hard to make Jordan. We had to just ignore close shot basically to get everything else on this build. I went with a 90 driving layup. You get layup mix master. You don't get physical finisher, but you do get float game. On gold, you get layup mix master. On silver, the reason I did this is because he was very famous for his finishing ability, layups and dunks, right? However, I wanted to get gold layup mix master and also gold posterizer as well. However, this is exactly the case I was talking about earlier. If you missed it, if you skipped or whatever, I don't know. I took into consideration 6 cap breakers here. So I would put 3 on driving dunk, 3 on layup. That freed up a lot of attributes elsewhere and allowed this build to even possibly be made. We get a 72 driving dunk. This is rookie Jordan, by the way. He has a 75 actually in the rosters of 2K. And let's be honest, Jordan could standing dunk. See, this is why I say it's not probably that best competitive, because you're like, why would I want a 72 standing dunk on a 6 foot? Why would I want a 72 standing dunk, period? Right? That's why I said it's more so for the accuracy purposes and not necessarily for making the best possible build, if that makes sense, which sounds crazy, but I like doing it. It's fun. That'll go, of course, give you bronze rise up. Post control as young Jordan. His post wasn't really developed yet, right? But he still had it in the bag, right? 67 post control. We get, something, low-key a nothing badge and hook specialist. Post fade phenom on bronze. You get post up poet. Unpluckable does not come from this. It comes from ball handle. We give him an 80 mid-range shot. Now, in the rosters, Jordan actually, like rookie Jordan, actually has like a 75, which is a little crazy, but like Jordan wasn't really shooting for real when he came into the league. But I gave him an 80 personally for 2 reasons. You get set shot specialist at a 78, and 80 is actually how you get Jordan's jump shot in the jump shot creator. So that's why I did it. 65 three-pointer. if you look at the stats, oh my God, Jordan could not shoot the three, which makes sense. I mean, it wasn't his thing. That man was shooting like 12% from three. For reference, I'm like 1-3 a game. For reference, that's like worse than Giannis. So I mean, it's rough. 85 free throw. He shot like 85% from the free throw line. Whatever. This version of Jordan wasn't necessarily the best passer. I don't think it was 76 pass accuracy bad, but I don't also, you know, I was like, if I wanted to sacrifice an attribute, this was going to be the one. 76, of course, will give you silver break starter, dimer, and versatile visionary. And honestly, it's not half bad. Jordan wasn't much of a passer yet in his young career, his first like few 3-4 years into the league. So I think that's perfect. 81 ball handle. The young Jordan in 2K has a higher ball handle. Couldn't really get it. I prioritized speed with ball. I thought that was more important, but 81's not half bad because you get silver unpluckable, silver handles for days, and you also get ankle assassin. So that's pretty cool. Of course, like I said, I sacrificed the ball handle a little bit basically for the speed with ball. 86 speed with ball, gold lightning launch. Really good value, by the way. I know I'm not delving super deep into like badges and stuff like that, but 2K Labs, I'm like kind of a nerd in the builder. Gold lightning launch is one of the better ones you can get. Gold and Hall of Fame, and then you can +2 this to legend if you wanted to make this build legitimately. Yeah, legend lightning launch is a huge boost. You'll be moving very quickly with that. Also, side note, Jordan's dribble style isn't in the game, so I just gave him 86 because that's kind of what he actually had in the roster. We're going with a 51 interior defense, kind of whatever. 85 perimeter defense. 85 gives you silver challenger, on ball menace, pick dodger, and I think it also gives you that gold off ball pass. I believe, I forget where that comes from, but I believe it's from interior or perimeter, I should say. Young Jordan, good defender. Jordan was always a good defender throughout his entire career. It's just tough because it's Jordan to have high defense into the 90s and high finishing into the 90s, right? So I was like, okay, let me just low-key do what's kind of kind of meta right now, if I'm being honest. 85 and 85 steals. Jordan got actually a decent amount of steals. He was, of course, DPOI 1 year, but I can't remember if those were his early years or not. However, he did get a lot of steals. This will give you silver glove, gold interceptor. Let me be honest, glove, interceptor, way more valuable than glove. Let me be honest. Most probably, unless they change something. I hope they don't, but they do need to tune bump steals to, like, I don't know, actually, like, sometimes the ball faces through you. It's all I'm saying. This isn't a video for that. What am I talking about? You guys just want to build. My bad. 68 block. Jordan actually got it like a couple. He averaged like 1 or something. Let me check this actually real quick. Yeah, Jordan in his first like 3 or 4 years averaged 1.5 like ish block. It's kind of insane to even think about. 60 defensive rebound. Wasn't the greatest rebounder, wasn't the worst. He could get rebounds. This is early Jordan, so like he wasn't averaging like 7 to 8 yet, but he really only averaged 8 once in his career anyways. So 86 is speed. What the whoa. 86 speed is basically, well, a result of having that high speed with ball, but I guess it gives you slippery off ball if that matters to you. 80 agility helps with get that on ball menace and pick dodger. 55 strength. I don't know what's with 2K. I mean, this is young Jordan, so young Jordan wasn't the strongest, but like even when I was looking, spoiler alert, older Jordan also has like a 57 strength. I'm pretty sure he wasn't that weak. Let's just say that, right? And if there was one thing I wish I could have gotten, it would be physical finisher, you know, your strong handles, you know. I wish I could have gotten that, but I couldn't even get that even if I wanted to, unless, you know, you want to lower something and change. By the way, you can change anything here, by the way, but this is just meant for accuracy reasons and trying to get stuff in at the end. And 80 vertical, Jordan's a high flyer. The 80 vertical is here to potentially get the posterizer in the future. It gives you that gold pogo stick, helps get high flying denier. Of course, it's way past the requirements for rise up, but yeah, maybe potentially in the future you put like +6 on driving dunk and +2 on vertical if you get that far in the game, and you can get you know, your contact dunks and stuff. But yeah, let's press continue here and see what we get. Shades of 85, 86 Michael Jordan, DeMar DeRozan, and Amin Thompson. The two-way blow-by dual finisher. That's a name I personally just haven't seen anybody else get, for real, if I'm being honest. So that's pretty cool. You know, his strengths: elite finisher above the rim, soft touch on runners, forces defenses to sprint back, and elite pace with a tight handle. His weaknesses: ineffective floor spacer. He can't shoot, basically. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this build, guys. I'm gonna see what I can do for a more prime prime Jordan and then maybe even old Jordan in a separate video. But this Jordan build did take actually, weirdly enough, a decent amount of time for me to try and figure out how to like exactly like get all the attributes to match up correctly to get shades of Jordan. It's very difficult to get shades of Jordan, at least prime Jordan. So I'm gonna try and figure that out, but that'll be a different video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed day. Peace.